Did it ever cross your mind what would have been the state of Teyvat if we, the traveler, did not arrive? Ever since I played the event in version 6.4 Luna 5, something has been living in my head rent-free, and I just need to get it off my chest. This might sound a little messy, but hear me out. In this event, we had to defeat the abyssal corrupted Dvalin. In one of the dialogues, it was mentioned that the abyssal corruption in the bubble world is a manifestation of the unrealized ending. If you already played the prologue, Song of the Dragon and Freedom, you'll remember that we, the Traveler, arrived in Mondstadt and ultimately saved Dvalin from abyssal corruption. In the bubble world, however, what unfolded was essentially the alternate timeline, the version of events where we never arrived. In that scenario, Dvalin would have fully succumbed to the abyss and destroyed Mondstadt. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In the animated short, Another Prologue, Varka was supposed to be the hero who defeated Dvalin and saved Mondstadt, not us. However, when Varka completed the Hexen Circle's trial, he asked Barbeloth to peer in the scryglass, where he saw the abyssal corruption in Nodcry that would eventually spread to Mondstadt. He launched an expedition to Nodcry to stop it at its source. But with him away, Mondstadt will be left without a hero if we hadn't arrived. That makes the Traveler an unexpected variable. Mondstadt may have been fated to fall once Varka departed, and even Barbatos made it clear that although he could personally cleanse the abyssal corruption, Mondstadt itself would have been destroyed in the process. In other words, destruction seemed inevitable. And yet, our arrival changed that ending. Looking back at our journey across Teyvat, it feels like this pattern repeats in every nation. Without the Traveler, Liyue might have been destroyed by Osael, the Vision Hunt Decree would still be active in Inazuma, Nahida would still be imprisoned in Sumeru, Fontaine would have been swallowed by the sea, the Night Kingdom in Natlan would have fallen, and Columbina would have faded. It's as if Teyvat repeatedly leans toward the brink of destruction, only for the Traveler to intervene and shift the outcome. There's another parallel in the same Luna 5 event where Alice mentioned that if the abyssal corruption within a bubble world cannot be resolved, the only option is to destroy the bubble entirely. That mirrors what happened in the teaser, Teyvat chapter interlude teaser The God's Limits, where Renova, the Shade of Death, destroyed the experimental world created by Rhine-Daughter, the Shade of Life. And this is where my perspective starts to shift. I always assumed that Asmoday, the Shade of Space, was purely evil. But what if her decision to separate Ether and Lumine wasn't simply cruelty? What if it was a calculated act that forces one sibling to journey across Teyvat, altering fate in the process? If the nations were meant to collapse, then perhaps the Traveler's path was never an accident. Maybe the separation of the twins was the catalyst required to create a variable strong enough to defy fate. Thus, can we say that Asmoday, who appeared to be the villain, initiated the only sequence of events that could save Teyvat? I guess only time will tell.